Just like Bloodborne, we have some characters with pretty descriptive names. While these titles help retain mystery that makes Lordran so alluring, I'd like to suggest alternatives. The Crestfallen Warrior is somewhat common in the series, and the most popular is Rokus. Rokus is a Lithuanian name meaning rest, which he does for most of the game, until Framt appears. But he does also offer advice and some interesting dialogue. One of my favorite NPCs is the Undead Merchant. This laughing loon and his invisible Yulia commands attention. Well, hopefully people can remember his new name, Vilius, which means desire or will. Something tells me Vilius is full of desires. Dark ones. Imagine living in the shadow of your sister. That's Quelaag's problem. Originally known only as Quelaag's sister, the Fair Lady, or even the White Lady. One is insulting because it makes it seem like Quelaag is the only one who matters. The other is subjective, and the last one is offensive to spider demons that aren't sick. I almost used another Lithuanian name like the previous two, but the Fair Lady's name should probably follow the same suffix rule as Quelaag, and her supposed second sister, Quelana. Not my best work, though. The Crestfallen Merchant is a poor man, losing his sanity in Sen's Fortress. But he managed to get pretty far in this crazy place, and now he sells wares to help any undead trying to reach Anor Londo. I think Rimus fits nicely, meaning thoughtful. The Dark Moon Knightess is one of few Firekeepers. A special job, especially this close to Guinevere and Gwyndolin, so it must be a bonfire of great importance. As expected, she is also loyal to Lord Gwyn and his heirs, dedicated to prolonging the Age of Fire. Dovale, meaning gift of God, or in this case, a gift from the Lords of Cinder. Giant Blacksmith is a helpful smith found in Anor Londo, capable of upgrading weapons and armor that use lightning or crystals. Rolandus sounds good, meaning famous land, which Anor Londo is. It's not a particularly strong or big name for a giant, but that's not what I was going for. Too obvious. The Giant Crow is pretty important for a minor character. Our exodus from the Northern Asylum until we're brave enough to return. Blake, which means fair-haired or dark, although in this case it should be fair-feathered. Shiva's bodyguard, the NPC whose life is ultimately optional because that flexible ring is mine. Most likely also from the east, I looked up Sanskrit names, which is where Shiva's name comes from. I think the name Vayu is a good choice, the name of the Hindu god of the wind. And much like the wind, Vayu is light on his feet if he turns hostile. Because you decided to kill Shiva first like a dumbass. Another Firekeeper, the Stone Dragon, is surely more important than one would think at first. Found in Ash Lake, a sort of world between worlds outside of the Arch Tree that is Lordran. As an ancient dragon, and most likely female like the other Firekeepers, I settled on Asha, meaning hope or life. An obvious choice that matches the area she's in, but also ties to Seath's dream, which is to make more dragons, specifically dragon maidens, so that he can breed. Turns out all he had to do was come here. Apparently, Vilius has his own undead girlfriend, also voiced by Claire Corbett, aka Princess Guinevere. But you knew that. Well, for a nearly hollow person, I think she's pretty. Yolanta, or Jolanta, meaning violet flower, and represents beauty and delicacy. Kind of like every other girl name, because that's all women were for a long time.
I guess it's not very fair to criticize people from yesteryear, but couldn't you guys have made up a girl's name that meant something like dragon or doorframe?
And that's it. From what I can read on the wiki, every other individual in Dark Souls 1 has a name. So, I'm gonna head out.
Surprisingly, I never summoned Beatrice before. It wasn't until today that I learned the requirements that I had to do. Obviously, I can't be hollowed. That much is clear. But I did hear before that she was near the staircase that led up to this boss fight. No, she's right under it. She was hidden by the leaves, of course. So, okay, there she goes. Why didn't you, like, start attacking immediately? I don't get that. This is an old game. I shouldn't question it. Oh my gosh. This boss fight's about to be more cheesed. I usually am able to do this by myself, just using the melee attacks when the butterfly rests on the railing. Of course, by the time that I do that, I have a massive upgrade to my longsword. But she is cheesing this thing with that magic. And there she goes. Thanks.